Europeans have never known how to fight. They invented the duel because they couldn't brawl. They drew swords over spilled wine instead of learning how to block a punch. They wrote codes of chivalry and fencing manuals full of ballet stances because the idea of grappling made them vomit in lace collars. This is not warrior lineage. It's a cosplay disaster stretched across millennia. They glorify knights, men so weighted down by metal they couldn't even get back up without help. Meanwhile, African wrestlers were flipping grown men in sand with no armor and no audience, just a legacy. Polynesians were training warrior children with hand techniques to incapacitate grown adults. Southeast Asian systems like Silat or Moi Boron were teaching how to snap joints and strike with elbows before Europeans even figured out what a stance was. Their greatest combat innovations: formations, shields, lines, spears, group work, safety in numbers, because individually they folded. You ever see a European martial art that survived colonization? No, because there wasn't one strong enough to even be worth stealing. The British brought rifles to India and still got choked out by Kalaripayattu masters with sticks and open hands. Spaniards faced Filipino extremadors and had to ban the practice just to survive long enough to regroup. That's not domination. That's survival mode. Boxing? Imported. Wrestling? Watered down. Sambo? Russian. Yes, but Soviet built. Structured after Central Asian and Caucasus combat systems. Europe couldn't even teach their own soldiers how to throw a punch. They had to learn from colonized nations, then rebrand it. And don't even start with the Vikings. You mean the tall, back-pulling men who relied on swinging axes while drunk? The ones who folded in battle the moment someone wasn't terrified by loud yelling? Japanese peasants were disarming samurai with farming tools. Africans were dislocating joints with dance movements. Aztecs trained with obsidian clubs. And Yoruba warriors fought in tight formation with knife, shield, and spiritual discipline. Meanwhile in Europe, touch my glove, good sir, and let us slap each other with honor. Europeans didn't fight. They panicked. They lined up in columns and prayed their gods were white enough to intervene, because hand-to-hand combat requires rhythm, bone memory, communal training, a world where every child grows up moving, not sitting stiff in church pews or chained to desks. It requires trust in the body and your people. Europeans never had either. They fear intimacy. They fear blood that doesn't come from war. They fear pain that isn't state-sanctioned. That's why every European combat system either turned into ballet or vanished. Cope.